Alright, welcome back to another episode of Bwoyatingz podcast. My name is Bwoyatingz, and once again I must say thank you all for the support that you've been giving me. I am greatly, immensely appreciative. Once again, go ahead and follow my big bad sponsor, Sperone Moscato. Yes, go ahead and follow them on Instagram at Sperone Moscato Jamaica. And also for my tracksuit short set, this episode is by Bridge Official. You can go ahead and follow them on Instagram. Check out their website as well. But they're also located at 3 Southdale Plaza. And if you tell them it's a Bwoyatingz, when they can get some discount, then ask Christ twice about that. You understand? Also, my new location is at Fetish Secretz Ltd, and that's located at 9-11 Phoenix Avenue. And for this episode, you can see the chairs are going to have an all-men's panel today. We have a discussion that I've already spoken about on my radio show, and it's about this discussion that I've seen on social media about people saying that they're not allowing their boys to be playing with kitchen sets and dolls and things like that. So we're going to, delve into that just a little bit today with the guest that should be here right beside me. Well, speaking of my radio show, you can also go ahead and listen to my show on Nationwide 90 FM each and every Wednesday for Bwoyatingz After Dark. That's 8 to 11 p.m. on Nationwide 90 FM. Remember, so you can follow me on all socials. Follow me on Twitter at Bwoyatingz. Follow me on Instagram at Kareem Bwoyatingz for all updates and everything else what I want to say. Understand? So let's get into the episode. Okay. Alright, so you've heard from the intro and you've seen the faces, you know them already, but them can introduce themselves, starting from the richest man around the table over that side, Mr. Pedro.
Hi everyone, Pedro, back again.
Yeah, Chipsy.
Yeah, one of your episode, one of the famous one them, no?
Yeah, definitely.
My turn?
Yes, sir.
Marlon Musique, and put on my glasses. Like
Yes,
Brush,
right? Because Brush coming on superstar mode today.
I'm no more than
Yeah.
Marlon Musique, pleasure to be here.
Okay. And superstar.
Yeah, you don't know.
Gucci. Gucci.
It's extraordinary, a joke.
No, the truth though, talk it, bro. Claim it, bro. Don't,
Yeah.
listen,
Brush one.
blow your own
Yeah.
drum.
In other place.
The answer.
From you know. If you don't know, you soon know.
Yeah. Alright, so I'll jump in right into it.
Dominate any arena.
Actual factual. So I'll jump right into the discussion, right? So there was this thing that was like viral a couple months ago, and I spoke about it on my radio show, where I think it was a man, it was a father, right? And apparently like his son wanted a kitchen set. And this discussion lasted for weeks, months. They all both, me see it all on spiritual pages, and the man said, listen, I just don't think that my son, my child, should be playing with kitchen sets. Because then that's setting the precedent, basically what he was saying, it has set the precedent for his sexual orientation or preferences in the future. And then I brought it to my radio show, and to be honest, I wanted to bring it on the podcast because I kind of noticed that the discussion, obviously, it was not going to end, right? So people are calling, especially the mothers, mostly were saying that I don't see nothing wrong with my child, with my son playing with a kitchen set. And then I further took it to dolls, right? Because a mother called in and she said, listen, if my child wants to play with dolls and he's a boy, then that's fine. If my daughter wants to play with trucks, then that's also fine. I don't think that we should tell children not to play with this because of X. You understand? So that's the discussion today. Firstly, I just think that we sexualize children too much.
Way too much.
And a child being 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If adults are not telling this child that this is wrong because of this, the child really don't know.
Exactly.
Especially a kitchen set.
Exactly.
I don't know. Like,
Exactly.
some man can be chef, man can cook, man can wash plate.
Like what? So
I think that was popular within our culture for male counterparts to be, have strong culinary skills.
Right.
Yeah,
I
man.
don't get the reasoning.
Yeah, exactly. You know what, your girl can't get tired without cooking. I'm just
Actual
kidding.
fact. Little peas.
no, but listen, and you saw, you remember the video I saw you in terms of my son had a kitchen set.
Yes.
What you don't realize, I think a lot of times we need to just let our children
be children.
And I think one of the main mistakes we make is that we think that children are something that we are supposed to mold.
Yes.
But children are, I believe, they are beings that you allow to unfold.
Mm.
So my son having kitchen set, he mashed up.
Yeah.
But the amount of things, he mashed it up by now. He mashed up most toys. He's had trucks. He's had whatever. Allowing them to play with things. Like in terms of that one.
Yes.
Yo, that boy learned just in terms of motor skills. He developed so much motor skills and all of that.
And he enjoyed it based on the video. Yeah.
And now him actually literally wants to help to do things around the house because I encourage him to do it. You see, what I think the payoff for that later is when him older.
Yes.
When he will take care of some stuff himself.
Yeah.
And it just helps you build your child's confidence them way there.
See there.
That's how I look at it. And remember, children emulate what them see you doing.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk till you're blowing up.
Yes.
You worry about children not hearing what you say. You must worry more about them seeing what you do.
Yes.
And your child will want to emulate a lot of things that you do. I saw Judah one at the time insisted on getting a necktie because most mornings when see me
You are wearing a necktie.
Insisted on wearing tie to school. So me have to I have a tie. I know later in life when him literally have to wear a tie, I'll enjoy showing him how to really tie it and everything. But simple things like that. A child see mommy a wash plate. Because maybe it sounds like that household they're very clearly defined gender roles. Him see mom washing dishes and so forth, and he want to do it where you tell him say you can't follow something.
What's the issue?
And sometimes we're too backward more times.
And the same topic there now. Gender roles are taught. You know?
Yeah.
You're not born and say, oh yeah man, me if you go chop down tree and build furniture and go wire.
Right.
You're not born with that. Right?
Yeah.
That is taught. So me giving my son a kitchen set, he probably don't even know all of this. Him see me in the kitchen or him see mother in the kitchen. Him don't know say, oh, this is a thing where society say a woman for
woman's supposed to.
Him don't know that. Him just know say, yo, mommy and daddy in the kitchen and I want to be in the kitchen. I remember as a youth coming up, me well want to go wash plate. I mean later on when me did have to wash plate. Everybody was in the kitchen doing something, so I wanted to be in the kitchen to do something. Right? So you can't really put that on the youth for say, right? And something as simple as that should not define your child and say, oh, this I gonna make them rape.
Right.
Because I'm sure Marlon can attest to the fact that there are so many things out there where attack the youths them now. Where you have to shield and protect them from. A kitchen set is the least
not it.
Are you worried?
Kitchen set is not it.
You understand?
To me. Question though, but why is this even a discussion in the first place? Like, why was this a discussion? Why was this a conversation? Why was this like, because even celebrities were talking about it.
Culture.
Yeah. Because I see all celebrities that had children, I said, me nah make my son play with the kitchen set.
Let me tell you what's happening. I think there's this constant, because there's like a quote unquote battle happening in terms of people who are being ultra liberal and people who are being ultra conservative, and you know, the argument about trans, the argument about this and that. And what is happening is that every little spot is a battlefield. So they normally, if there wasn't this big change in terms of a lot of things in society are being relearned or unlearned and reshaped.
Yes.
So if we never had that, and it is a battle happening between, you will see TV stations have them agendas, some have them, everybody having their different things. If that battle wasn't happening, some of these things would not. But no, people draw a line for almost every little thing. Yo, you can't wear that color.
Because there's a space open for that discussion now.
So people, them a fight on every little thing. So a boy having a kitchen set, you know, them fighting, and that's it.
But can you imagine like you are going into Target or Fontana here with your son, and your son wants a kitchen set, and you say, well, that's for girls. Like, I'm just trying to understand.
In that moment, you just teach him say it's for girls.
Exactly.
You never know say
He never know this. You understand what I'm saying? So can you just imagine though, like, so you are now training this child to say, well, you don't belong in the kitchen as a boy. Because if I can't play the kitchen set, that means I must have wash plate.
And again,
and go ahead.
And again, I say it comes back to culture, what they learn and probably what they probably need to unlearn. Passing down that backward or probably archaic culture to a new generation.
And the thing is that here, it comes with shifting, because if we look back, I figure say like in my father's generation, right, and even with his father, the man them did busy a plant yam ground and so forth and thing. So guess what? Them provide. So a lot of the hostings were left to the women. So it was even almost a gender role out of just necessity, almost. Because honestly, the big man don't go out all day, him come in and him don't eat some food and everything. His wife or him daughter, them now go expect him to go turn around and wash him don't get the food.
Actual
when you cook the food, him eat it. So what is happening now? Because there's this shift that is happening, because you find that there are more women who are in the workplace actively and all. And that's a whole other battle about your wife going to work and then come home and take care of you. So there's a whole other battle happening there. But we are in a time where things are changing, and I think we're trying to find out what works best. So
we have too much brain cells. I feel like some of we have too much megabytes and we have too much phone.
Too much subject.
We have too much subject.
You know what? It's inches, you know. You know what? People don't want to give inches because they feel like they will add up to miles. People don't want to give an inch on this product. Guess what? It's gender role. Okay, so this boy don't play with the kitchen set. All right, boy enough to cook now, and then it spirals into something like, as a man, you don't cry, and that's why 80% of suicides are men. No, I'm saying these are the little areas where it stems from.
Yes,
and
definitely.
you can check it. Because
it starts from something as small as that. Yeah, definitely. So my question is this. I'm going to share the table a little bit. Would you allow your sons to play with dolls?
Doll have to be black though.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that's just my
before you talk to Marlon as a father, right? I want to hear from Brushone and Pedro first. Would you allow, because we're now saying that kids are kids, toys are toys. Kitchen set is a kitchen set. A toy is a toy, right?
Yeah.
What is a doll? A doll is a toy.
Yeah.
So would you allow your son to play with a doll?
Yes, and I'm going to tell you why. It's funny because about a week and a half ago, I have that conversation with my empress. You see me? And we talk about kids in general.
Yes.
You see me? Because I say, yo, if you are forward, you see me? Certain conversation more have beforehand. Because I don't want when you would forward.
That's a mature thing to do.
You see me? I say?
Big up.
Yeah, I don't feel no still, so don't get
excited.
Right?
Yeah, but still.
I know if you have a convo.
So we are reasoning where say like school and what kind of things would, you know, in terms of them religion and politics, and as much as we not into these things, do we need to teach the kids these things? And you know, what would we allow them to partake in? Not a part, you know? And that was one of the conversation, that was part of the conversation for said dollars. And I said, yeah, of course, right? Of course, I never say, yeah, of course, right now for the but Zimbosha explained to me, say, yo, remember when you're in a primary school, you tell me, say, them used to have a stocking thing and in a basic school, I don't know, just and do a little plotting thing with it, right? And it was for more than just, you know what? It was for motor skill and you know what I'm saying? So she just said, yo.
What was that?
For motor skills, plotting.
Yeah, plotting. Like them did have a string thing on a basic school. And you plot it round. You see me? You can twist it round, plot it, whatever you want.
I can't recall. I never used to do that.
Not every basic school like
I've never done that. I've never done that. No.
Platter here?
No, I've never done it in school. Like I never.
Yeah, that was part of basic school, right?
Wow.
And when they tell her about it, and she bring it up back and I say, oh yeah, that's
right.
And she say, yo, what if you want to be a hairdresser? You see me? I say,
right.
Boy, I don't know about the man hairdresser thing, and then we go actually do research for man hairdresser. I say, yo,
the most famous in the world.
Oh, this man I look more than ever know this man a hairdresser.
Yeah, actual fact. Yeah.
Swag out, you know, Rolex and fresh, you know, and rich. And I hear the man I do rich.
Right.
The man I do some top. So she say, yo, we are going to teach him, say, yo, even though you can do a hair, that no means a right. Right. She say, I'll come back to where we teach him before we can go out another world. Right. Because the world done a melt and a refreeze and all kind of things. So you have to make sure, say, yo, when the youth go out there, the youth strong. Yeah. Because enough thing out there going to try to sway the youth.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
So,
Pedro, where's about that now? You're a youth and some Barbies.
I don't think I have a problem with it. I've never given it that much thought.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
Well, I mean, you can give it thought now. Yeah. And that's why I asked the question, right?
I don't think I have a problem with it because you then now see how he may be interacting with like for like how him not treat a woman then probably pulling out the doll here and something there. How him I interact with. I don't mean they have both gender dolls like. Yes, I don't see why you wouldn't want him to interact and see how he interacts with it.
Barbie
and Ken.
Yeah. So yes, this is a no. How are you interacting with for like, you know, imagery itself?
Yeah. I'm Marlon, you.
Yeah, when you said doll, I mean, I think most of us automatically think female. Right? But using that same thing about my son not playing with a kitchen set.
Yes.
Then you wouldn't happy your son to play with a female figure then? Since that is the mindset, and I'm not saying her.
I love how you spin it that way.
Yes. Since that's the mindset.
All right.
You'll be happy that your son playing.
Yeah, man. See it, yeah, man.
But I'm just throwing that out. I'm just being very, you know, I'm being quiet with that.
But the main problem is how it's the parent or the bigger person within it.
It is their problem. Exactly. Right. Then you ask me would I allow my son to play with a doll? I would allow my daughter to play with a truck, so why not?
I was about to say that.
I'd allow my daughter.
We allowed,
exactly.
Right.
You know, so it is, and if my daughter can play with a truck and I don't worry about her growing up and it affecting her sexual outlook or anything like that, why would that affect with my son? So I think we have such biases that we impose on children and then we teach the children to have that bias and so forth. Because my thing is simple. Like I said, children should be allowed to unfold. Yes. And you're going, there's no way, as a parent, a lot of you won't be passed on to your child. But try and be conscious enough to grow a child who will feel safe to question what you teach them. Yes. And have sense enough to go and seek them own thing. You understand? You could be from a very religious in outlook and stuff. My parents allowed me to go and explore
for yourself and figure it out for yourself.
I've never seen my people them go to church.
Yes.
I've never seen them go to church and all, except outside of them occasion and all. But they never tell me I can't go. Them say find out, search and all, and come to your own conclusion. Yes. So with your child, I think you know what. Parenting, I believe, is the hardest and simplest thing simultaneously. Yep. A lot of the hardness of it is that we overthink things, and and we expect and try to be perfect. And the truth of the matter is no manual, no two child are alike. Yeah. So you just have to, and you're gonna make mistakes. Yeah. Make mistakes and apologize. Yeah. That's my thing.
So then, if your child, who did I have on my show? I had somebody on my radio show. Who was it? Jesus Christ. Somebody was on my radio show as a male. Oh no. Actually, it wasn't my radio show. It was the same podcast, Triple X. And him say when he left Kingston, well, that school by North Street.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
So when he left that school by North Street, right, he actually wanted to go to Edna Manley because he really loved the arts.
That's where I wanted to go.
And his parents said, the school there are for such people.
Yeah.
So
same thing. I wanted to do wanted to do theater.
Yeah.
No, my pops never go support.
Yeah, man, same with my father. Yeah.
I wanted to do theater.
Yeah, man, may his soul rest in peace. So my thing is this. So if your son says that, hey dad, you know, I want to do ballet. You know, I see this on Nickelodeon, on Disney, and I think ballet is a good thing, and I would love to go into it. I would love to try it out and see if I like it. What would you say about that?
Yeah, go on. The reality of the world. The reality of the world.
Yes.
Right? As much as you try.
Brother, what are you protecting your kids from?
Well, no,
because as much as you try to protect them, like, where you protect them from?
And the ball game me are going on. The ball game I knock, you know.
Yeah.
But remember me is corporate figure, so.
Yeah, yes. Oh, yes, sir. Right.
So the ball game I knock now, we got some booms, I'm saying. As much as you try, you know, you make you could send them to war. You could put them in the army, right?
You could send man for war and
your
dead.
kids decide that they want to explore.
What are you going to do?
Their sexuality in a certain way.
Yes.
You cannot stop it. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
You cannot. That is the reality, and them will come and present. Yeah, man.
Right,
Walk the walk and talk the talk, and later on, them a do. There's a pitcher and there's a catcher.
All you
right?
Is you
there's a catcher.
Yeah. All you is create an environment where
there's a pitcher and there's a catcher.
That being said,
okay, yes.
That being said, you have to give the youths them freedom to express themselves.
Yes.
You get me? I say, if you want to try the ballet thing, boy, me nah say. Me nah go scratch right there, but me go say, here we go.
Right.
Me youth, you're my son.
Yes.
Me love and respect you for actually I try find a form of expression.
And you know what?
You see me? Me might all go and me I say, well, I'm a ballet something. You see me start going at it.
Yeah.
Remember you have the ice skating thing, you know.
You know the strength.
Where them have to do ballet in the ice skating, you know. And some of the biggest girls, them man they were skate round and
in them tights.
Yeah.
Remember, so when man I run tracks doing a tights,
and
run side and be a
man in a tights. Yeah.
So if you want to attack one thing on a level, then we can attack everything on a level. Man will run tracks, man will swim, man will play football.
I remember you wear the tights under the shorts. And
we can attack everything on the angle.
Right.
You get me? I say?
And you know what? Maybe we'll try ballet and try. You know, I'm gonna like this.
That is my point, you know. That is my thing, you know.
Times when you try to make something forbidden,
that's when I'm gonna want to do it.
Him go try.
Yeah.
He will try.
Brother.
Person the one bun weed.
Yeah.
And then father say, alright, anytime you ready, you come sit down and we can smoke together. And I think it was when he was 16, and him sit down with him pops. And they got high together.
Yeah.
When him come off of it, him say, yeah, no, daddy, I don't think this is for me.
Yeah.
Man, never smoke.
Well, my father never gonna do that still, but yeah. But yeah, I understand it. Right. See, I see it.
Yeah, I'm saying, this is not for me.
Right.
You know?
What I want to understand this. See that again. What I want to understand is this, right? So your child, my son, forward and said, Daddy, I want the ballet. What am I going to do? Am I going to beat him?
Nah, buy him proper leotards.
Listen to me, man. You see anything when my kids them want to do when I have kids? Well.
That you acknowledge.
Oh, Jesus. Is anything my kids want to do in this life? I've always said it. Me, I got sit down front row and center, brother. I cheer you on. You understand? Piano lessons, whatever it is that you want to do. I think that you're trying to find yourself. You understand? Like, me, they just know, say, here we go now. There are certain subjects in school what I just really don't want to do. I try it one time, the sciences are not for me. I was more for public speaking, I was more for the English language and things like that, and the literatures, and you understand? But I tried it, I just know, so alright then, bam, I don't want to do biology, I don't mind think that. Whatever my child want to do, because I don't think that your sexual preferences in the future, or your sexual orientation is going to be determined by your interest in a sport, or your interest in a particular item or a toy, especially as a child.
I don't think ballet, straight up, I don't think ballet is gonna make you gay.
No, exactly.
You ever see them girls that do ballet?
No, but you're not talking about the girl. You know what's straight to take from them man there to do that? And then trying, you know?
You know what I think too? And I bring this tonight because lately I find out say yo, it in everything. Race. I find say them conversation here more happen in the black community. The white man will carry him kids 5 days a week, them have a different practice. Violin on Monday, piano on Tuesday, swimming
on Wednesday. We are our own worst enemy, you know. We are our own worst enemy, you know. Believe me, you know.
I would say, you have to remember, alright, and I always put it this way, right? We're comparing the standards that we have as a race to persons who have been allowed to explore themselves for a long period. Cause if, let's use, remember I said, and even 2 bills worth of years yet.
2 bills worth of years.
That we have had emancipation, you know, and then a long stretch and so forth. Like even in Jamaica's independence, I always just say, yo, we're 60 years old, we're a baby compared to established democracies like, well, quote unquote, England. But remember, even them themselves, alright, let me show you why we not look on it. Up to all the 20s, you know. I mean, I think 20% of Americans used to brush their teeth.
Right.
It wasn't a thing. It wasn't a thing. It's Pepsi then changed that and triggered it as a habit among Americans. To the point where a national tooth decay was declared as a national security crisis because most of the persons trying to enlist in the army had horrible teeth. And this is the 20s into 30s we are talking. So that's less than 100 years ago.
Right.
So I say this to say, let us, I don't want to knock the race too much.
No, man, I'm not them,
because
man.
I think, no.
Me, I'm not them.
Let me show you why we're not
them. Them back, man. Them dunce bad, man.
What I'm saying is,
black people dunce, man.
No.
Yeah, man, them dunce.
Because of what we are shifting. And there is a shift. There is a shift, but the thing is, and it comes down to when I say to, I have friends who look around and them in them 40s, and I say, what have I achieved, or what has happened, and you know, I feel like, you know, for it. And even me myself sometimes kick back on a question.
Yeah, naturally.
And but you compare yourself, like you there at this, life is this 100-meter race, and you there 60 meters into the race, right? And you look on somebody who there 80 or 90 meters in the race, and you compare yourself, and they started. Oh, you then know them start 60 meters into the race. You now look on the fact say, some away start from not even the starting line, from before the starting line, we start 20 meters. So we have covered 80 in the time with them do 30, but we are compare where we did to where them there. And that is it. I said, as a race, we had 300 and odd years where we were literally held in one place. So now cost them so much.
You know what I feel like though, Marlon? You know what I feel like though? Black people pick and choose what them need for, or what they want to learn and unlearn and culture themselves and teach themselves and all these things. Right? But what I'm saying is, it's always because black people growing up, we've gone through, a lot of us has gone through suppression by our own parents, and we know it feel for one to try something our parents tell us no, and we know it feeling them. We know it feeling them, but yet we're doing it to our children. Because after we got you tired.
Hurt people.
Because we don't.
You know that. It's
black people don't. Them don't.
It is what you have learned. Guess what? There are 2 sons. I heard the story. There are 2 sons. Right? One of them is a teetotaler, never ever drink a day in his life.
That's me.
The other one, drunk, can't hold on a job or whatever. Their father was an alcoholic. You ask one, how the hell are you an alcoholic?
Right.
I saw my father. The other one is a teetotaler. Why you don't drink? I saw my father.
Perception.
Some things we're going to take and we're going to shift.
Yes.
But feel like, I think we're going to have a whole different discussion.
Yes.
Which we probably should have a discussion. I do think that step by step we are getting where we're supposed to be. It might be slow. But slow progress is better than no progress.
I feel like we're regress.
I don't feel like it's a collective effort. That is
the problem. That's my problem. Do you think so?
Is it though?
Do you see, Marlon? You know how disgusted I was, brother, when I sat on Jay-Z's internet. I'm gonna see people talk about Jay-Z's internet, man. Yeah, man.
Him and Beyonce own it.
Yeah, man, definitely. So when I sit on the Carter's internet and I'm seeing black people discussing and not talk about this is why your children are becoming homosexuals because you make your son play with a kitchen set. I want to tell you, say, when we see people now that you would think that would have sense, and discuss a kitchen set for a child, for a baby. The kitchen set is like from ages, I think 2 to 6 at that particular time. Right? From 2 to 6, and you're gonna say, well, if your son wants for what little plate or cook little food on one stove, he's gonna turn. What I can't even say what.
He's gonna become gay.
He's gonna become gay. Yeah. And that was the discourse, and I was taken aback, brother.
Listen. Alright, let me tell you what.
And it came from mostly males, by the way. Let me just say that too.
Let me show you why. Because the portrayal, alright, I have to understand the black man's position in this world. Outside of the black woman, the black man is probably the most beaten down and attacked and support him entity outside of the black woman.
The black man
but let me show you what. No, but let me show you what I think is because homosexuality has always been portrayed as this weakness.
Yes.
Black men can't afford to be seen as weak.
Okay.
So they can't. So because it's always been portrayed as this weakness, I think that then automatic response is yo, if it's strong, if it's tough, we can't be real. Yo. And I think that is it until we unlearn some of that. Me not think it's ignorance. But how you change ignorance? You don't change ignorance with fighting, you know. Yo, listen. When you read like.
But some of these people don't want to learn anything, no man.
Brother, when you look well, lots who have to say now. The man say wartime, be like wartime. And I've tried that myself. I'm not about to argue with people. Like some people, something happened on the internet the other day, a message, you know me and my politics, and somebody came at me very hard. And I just said, and I was calm.
I'm not arguing about it, I'm not saying I know bank.
No, I message, sorry. But that's my thing. We can't. I feel like when you tell people, say them dunce.
Yeah, but my thing is this though, like a lot of women, I saw women who were trying to explain, calmly by the way, by saying this is how, boys grow up and can do things in the home and know how to take care of a home, and they were being nice and whatever. And the man said, that's why your sons are faggots. That's why your sons are faggots. And I'm like, what is happening, brother? When the woman them called him on my radio show, like if me can tell you, say the amount of Jamaican men also that I saw on the timeline on Twitter, but not talk about your man.
What another thing is maybe you can attribute it to Jamaica. Well, I'll specifically say Jamaica being like a matriarchal society. So women would have more experience in that field to understand that if their kids. Male, so play with these things, it'll help them to become more nurturing.
Yes.
Move from the more robust or macho.
Yeah. A man must go rake up here and cut land. Yeah.
They would have more experience in that. Because many just.
No, first I never do it.
Me never like them things.
Yeah, man.
Sorry. Internet business. Yeah.
Them have too much megabytes.
Tell you something right.
Eat them, man.
See, and as when it comes to my brain, when you say. You have to understand the black man position. The black man need to understand the black man position
as well.
And
that's
realize this internet you will sit down on every day. That is a trap. The media think they want to see all the while, and as you see it, you jump on Twitter. Oh my God! That is a trap. That is a distraction.
We cancel.
We keep with panda level here. So while we there, cuss on Twitter over you, child can't play with child set. You have some people over there saying, hey, watch them need to know what go on. Give me them land here around St. Thomas. Give me them. Put some money in the highway for me. Yo, we have to lift up with mental, bro. We have to lift up with mental. If I even want, yo, go get a passport, man, and save up some money. If it take you 2 years, take a flight, go over Dominica, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, somewhere. Go see one other culture. Open up your mental, my friend.
Yeah, it does wonders.
Open up your mental. You get to me and say, read a book. If you can't read, listen one.
But read a book.
You see me and say,
that's a very
like open up your brain. Yo, these things help, you know.
Brush.
In these conversations that we're having right now. These things when me I talk about, visiting someone new. Left your parish, brother.
No, God.
Left your parish.
Left your town.
Left your town, right? These things help. Reading a book, listening a book, whichever one it is, these things help because now you kind of have a more understanding, you know what I mean? Your mental are woken up, bro.
Yes.
So you can actually forward to the table and have a reasonable conversation instead of just a roll off of the ignorance where you learn.
Let me ask you a question though.
I can tell you
But
that.
do you think that they want to be like at that position? Like, do you think that a lot of black men, especially Jamaican people, do you think they're trying to lift up their mental and try it next time?
No, but here's the thing. The thing is though, bro, and that's the thing. Yo,
you don't think they make a good politician? Yeah.
I'm going to be MP for.
I'm going to tell you why after. No, I'm going to tell you why after, man. I don't want to say it on the camera, my friend. Yeah.
Sometimes people don't know they don't know. They
Sometimes
honestly
don't know
they don't know.
Yeah.
Right? And the hardest thing for somebody to admit is that I was wrong. Or you can imagine I've been living this lie so long. So when you make somebody unlearn something, Malcolm used to tell you saying, you can't just drop the whole truth on the black man, you know. Malcolm used to come and he come, boom, and you drop a little piece and make him think about it, and then you and then you come back and boom, and you drop a little piece and you drop 2 joke with it and so forth, and you leave on the floor. And then you come boom and drop a little piece, and then maybe somewhere along that we spark something and them themselves start themselves. I agree with you. Books are one of the greatest gifts we have. People, if I ever told people the first time I traveled, they'd be surprised because of how worldly my outlook was coming.
Yes.
And from long time, I learned a lot about the world from friggin' Hardy Boys and Robert Ludlum books.
Right.
Holy. I mean, me go so. Yo, if I had the internet with me, I grew up with a wicked. But just out of books.
Wait,
and just a curiosity. No, when we grew up with it, bro, internet is a new thing, you know. You realize?
Yeah, fine, yeah.
No, I don't understand. No, bro, the internet
never when you're growing up.
Internet
just come out for you, you know.
Public thing, a thing where people. Alright, when I started UA, you had to sign up.
What year was that again?
96.
And the internet wasn't there in 96?
Follow me now. You had to sign up for 15 minutes internet access on a Monday at the library. You go to the library, and if you're lucky, you catch the first slot, so you get half hour when you sign up. My Yahoo address is from 1996 and so forth. Let me put it this way. It wasn't so prolific that I could have put my first name, Marlon Campbell, at Yahoo and got it. I chose not to. That's how at that time. You sign up for 15 minutes. You see, I think a lot of persons know the fact that I can sit down here.
Access,
Them take it for granted. It was a huge thing when we used to get 1 hour internet after that, when it turned to that. But yes, as I'm saying, if I had the internet like I could have books, we have to understand, say, we are unlearning what is literally centuries of programming. And some people don't catch it quicker than others, you know. Some people don't see it, you know. Like I have like a Malcolm.
Some people don't get it at all.
See the play. You have a Malcolm who see the play, and you have a Marcus who see the play and come out and talk about it, you know. You have a Manley who see the play and come show it. But not everybody is going to. Those people are exceptional.
Yes.
You know, Minister Farrakhan, as much as he can me sometimes. You understand? See the play.
Yes.
Them people, Martin, see the play. Because let me show you how messed up it is. I used to have a Martin Luther King, you know, as this coward, you know. And is in doing further reading and research in recent years, I say, yo, Martin, I don't want real G, you know. But why? Because white people sanitized and demilitarize, I call it, and demilitantize Martin and said, what would Dr. King do? Sell it to you.
Yeah.
So me have him as this little meek brother where I said, turn the other cheek. Nah. So I wholly remember centuries of that. black males have to deal with that. Every image them see and a look around and a program is either black men dying and the black men being put down and so forth. And I tell you, outside of the black woman, black men are probably the most in danger and the whole.
Actual factual, yes.
You understand?
We can ask a question.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir, go ahead, sir. Him and your show, take it over.
So the whole thing start from your son playing with that kitchen set, right? And they say if things like these or things surrounding these situations are the reasons why we don't have leaders anymore. We don't have strong black leaders anymore. You see me? There are black politicians in the world, you know. But I'm talking about strong black leaders who at every turn try to do what's best for the black man.
I think we have them. I think is a different type of how them they are, because you use different tools for different eras are different eras, you know. Yeah. So you needed a Marcus. You need a Elijah Muhammad, you needed a Malcolm, you needed a Martin, and so forth, different type. Right. And then remember, the first struggle with that is for, you need Nelson Mandela. You see, here's the thing. Like even Nelson, a lot of people are like, a lot of the wealth is still in white hands and so forth. But Nelson Mandela's job was to get political equality. Yes. The job of the rest of them after him, for them job, to do the rest of the job where you're going to get the economic and so forth and thing. And that's a different, maybe it requires a different leader. It don't require that martyr that Mandela is and that big figure. It might require somebody who work quietly. Yes. And I got so I change to law right here, so I make sure say, so it's a different leader. So I think we have black leaders. We just don't have those larger than life, iconic type ones that we used to see. And all, but Jay-Z is a black leader.
Definitely.
Jay-Z is a black leader. Jay-Z is showing you, say, play
definitely,
the game.
Yes, definitely.
Play the game and beat them at it.
But I feel like, all right, they can be quiet. Yeah. But I feel like we need to see some more, see some more. Just for the youth, them where I say, sometimes them don't need. Somebody who can actually penetrate the thoughts of the youth them just through maybe a song or a show or a podcast.
No, but Brush, you sat down the other day on a show encouraging people to go out and get education and learning.
But I'm just one man.
That's my point. That are you, and you do your part, and Pedro do his part. I tell people say you can come to Ancenti and live big. How are you going?
Yeah, rich.
I am saying that we are not in an era of everybody needs to just take care of them microcosm, right? That's so. And you see, if we take care of the macro going to sort itself out.
So you come back to the inches.
Bro, you're not 30 yet, you know. Who say you not gonna end up?
I'm not even 25.
20 years from stop. Who say you? You see, sometimes, bro, there's a statement when we hear one time, the sense that we are the ones we've been waiting on. Brush, I know your age, so I'm not call it. You're not 30 yet. You know what can happen in 10 years' time? What can happen? You just said something about St. Thomas, when them down at St. Thomas and everywhere. At your place. Maybe you need to go back down there and do what need to be done. But if you do it, make sure you PNP you go with still. I'm just tell you.
Not the political plug on the podcast. Let me just say this. Bwoyatingz is not affiliated to any political party. You understand? Okay,
but what I'm saying to you is, and you don't need to be a politician. We are waiting for it. You know what? Why I'm glad? Because initially when you said, and we had that discussion outside, we were asking this father thing. I said, so why you carry two non-fathers then? Maybe you should have bring in two fathers. I said, but no, but it can't just be changed with it. You need the ones who are going to be fathers to be having the mindset. And this so the change occur now. And this so the change occur. It cannot. Some things you have to write off with a generation. Yeah. You have to just say, done with that and we have to start brand new. Right. If I have met the Prime Minister of the country, I'm sure now that looking practical. So just done with one generation.
You can be a VP now. Yeah, man. Sit there,
people, Bwoyatingz.
Right. So, just to wrap up the conversation, what we can do as young men, and I would say that I handpicked each individual here because I feel like you guys have an influence in your own right and in your own way. And I never thought to do that conversation just because I want to just talk about it. I just feel like, this is an issue within our black community. This is an issue in Jamaica especially. What we can do to eradicate this in some way, shape or form, if we can.
Here's what I found.
Here's what you found. Yeah, let's start from Pedro. Let's start from Pedro. Go on, Pedro.
Maybe some sort of forums or AA meeting for that, something like that.
That's to be.
Use it the most. I don't know. Trying to use all the mediums they can to help them unlearn. I think mainly just ignorance, just trying to show them a different perspective. The vision kind of too narrow, like
tunnel. Yeah, need to broaden their vision.
Like you're passing on the same tunnel vision to a whole other generation, to a whole new generation.
We, not to mention another podcast, but my podcast I do it.
No man, you can drop it on.
When we did Jamaican Dads, and for me personally,
it's a podcast on where?
It's nationwide.
Okay, on the revolution. Yeah, Team Revolution over there. Nationwide 90 FM.
Yeah.
Forget.
Don't worry about it. I share.
You get the plug for it. Yeah.
The interaction I have with Judah, a lot of them, I deliberately share them. Because initially I said to myself, I am not. I keep my child off of it.
Yes.
But I share it deliberately because I want to buck a lot of the conventions.
Yes.
That's why there's a video of him with
the things.
Because
you remember inserted to one. Yeah,
there's I've seen a video of him where my son was insisting, I want to kiss and support, but that's behavior I'm learning from him because I don't leave that house without kissing my son and say bye, whatever, we drop him at school. One of my auntie messaged me one time because there was this video where I was like, Mom, I kissed Judah. What did I say? I kissed my son. And I think she heard the tone from just the reply. And it was a type, but I think she heard the tone. And she let it go. And I'm glad she did because I'm a favorite auntie. I never really want me to forget that. I'm a favorite auntie, I love her. You understand? But I understand the generation she's coming from.
Yes.
Me and my dad, the first time I hugged my father, consciously with me, I was a grown person.
Right.
Can't remember hugging my dad.
Grown, you still have time to do it. Grown person for my life, father.
Right.
And we have to understand, say, listen, what I change it is showing what I do.
Yeah.
And if it resonates with somebody, and I figure I have a little bit of influence, so I don't want somebody who's coming up as a father to know that it is cool to be that sort of father. All right. It is fine. Kiss your son. Tell your son, say you love him. Par with him, whatever. Hug him up. You understand? Your children on a whole, but I'm speaking from perspective of son. What we are trying to do with the Jamaican dads is change how fatherhood is viewed in Jamaica. And hopefully it might spread wider than that. What you see me?
Brush.
Yeah, weekdays 1 to 5.
Yes.
On Fire 105.7, 105.9.
Yeah.
But as an aspiring dad, right? As someone who's had an opportunity to travel outside of Jamaica, outside of the Caribbean, numerous times, right?
Tell him passport stamp up.
As somebody who tries to elevate my conscious mind on a daily, right? I would say to the men viewing, because I feel like the women already scores ahead of it.
Definitely.
Right? So I would say to the men listening, even if you just watch this, give a negative comment, because I know someone or they stay like that. You just go watch. If you say something bad about Karim, if you listen right now, you listen to me.
Wash off your heart first. But wash off your heart first.
Right? No, whoever you are watching and listening, I found out that the harder and faster you run away from certain things, sometimes life actually creates a scenario where you run straight into it because of how hard you're going against, right? If you're having in today's world, I believe that nothing is impossible, especially for the generation that's coming after us.
Yes.
Right? I see now where people from 18 to 22 decide that, yo, I do not want to work a 9 to 5 and I am going to be rich, and they're actually pulling it off just because that's their mentality.
Yes.
I'm not going to do a 9 to 5, but I am going to be rich. An 18-year-old some months ago say, yo, I want to travel the world. No, she's a travel blogger traveling the world. She's not paying a dime for these trips. Anything is possible.
Yes.
So if you have a child, right, whatever background you come from, probably rich, poor, middle class, upper middle, whatever it is, you have a child and they want to explore, let them explore safely.
Yes.
Just make sure you create a safe environment for whatever they want to explore in, and then let them go, make them explore. They might come back, say, yo, me hate it, I don't like it. A couple of years from now, that skill might come in so handy when they can flip it, right? The internet, great space, but know how to use it and when to use it. The media, not everything the media put out is true. Be mindful, my people. See, me don't just eat up everything that is thrown out at you. Some of these things are to distract you. Some of these things are to influence you, to influence others as well as your children. You see me I say? It's a lot of information one time. You can re-watch the vlog again, catch everything that was said. You see me I say? But in closing, big up on yourself and just be mindful, be aware.
Alright, and let us know where we can find you on social media. Pedro,
I real Pedro everywhere.
I real Pedro everywhere.
Yeah. Osabas.
To Osa.
Osabas. No, friend, go pay Pedro, man. Just look for the pin tweet. Just send you the
pin tweet.
God yo, amen.
And
Marlon Musique, Musique. That's me across all platforms. TikTok, etc. Everything.
Okay. Brushone.
Yeah, going good on the TikTok too.
I try to.
The platform, right? Brushone the Road Marshal across all platforms. You don't know it though. For more updates, you can visit theroadmarshal.com. Alright?
Yes.
Him still get that wide anyway though.
Alright, and I must say, thank you guys for passing through. It was enlightening conversation. I hope say, some of the youths them out they can learn and listen and pay attention and all these things. Remember to go ahead and follow me on Twitter at Bwoyatingz. Follow me on Instagram at Bwoyatingz. That's that. By the time this episode airs, maybe.
How much you done now, Brush? I don't know. Yeah, the least of the episode. Some thousands.
Alright. On Instagram, Bwoyatingz. Also, every Wednesday on Nationwide 90 FM is Bwoyatingz After Dark. And also, on Saturdays, I do have another show on Nationwide named The E-Zone with Honeybee from 2 to 5 p.m. Nationwide Team Revolution. Understand? Remember, like, comment, share, subscribe. 2 to 5 p.m.
2 to 5.
Yeah, man, nice this. You understand?
You must say, yeah, rich man.
So, remember to also go ahead and follow Sperone Moscato Jamaica on Instagram. And remember, just post a screenshot or send me a screenshot of you subscribing to my channel and following Moscato, and you can win 2 bottles for 2 persons, 2 bottles each. And also remember to go ahead and follow Bridge Official, big them up for more gears and things, official clothing sponsor of this season. You understand? Yes, and also location Fetish Secretz Ltd, located at 9 to 11 Phoenix Avenue.
Holy bad
oh, Jesus. 9 to 11 Phoenix Avenue. Yeah, that's that. Big up on yourself. Once again, this was Bwoyatingz Podcast. Until next week, I'll see you again. Understand?